What happens when the wall comes down and Gog and Magog are released? Here are a people who have PhDs in wickedness, in corruption, in oppression, in injustice, and who are going to function as the right hand and the left hand of Dajjal. And so they're going to also have a PhD in deception. They tell lies upon lies upon lies. But in addition to this, the Prophet said that Allah said, Hadith al-Qudsi, listen to his words. I have created creatures of mine so powerful that none but I can destroy them. You want to wage jihad against them? They'll beat you. They'll beat the daylights out of you. I have created creatures of mine so powerful that none but I can destroy them. And so when Gog and Magog are released in waves, one after the other, eventually, they take control of the world. With a power which is unique in all of history. An indestructible power. A power which cannot be rivaled by any possible combination of rivals. The African National Congress did not defeat the white man in South Africa. Oh no. The white world order realized that this was an embarrassment, apartheid, with which we could not live if we wanted to pursue our agenda. And so because it was too great an embarrassment, Washington decided that apartheid must go. And when Washington imposed sanctions, then the white regime in South Africa began to crumble. So you cannot, not any combination of rivals, you cannot defeat and destroy that power. When Gog and Magog are released then, power will now rest on foundations which are essentially corrupt. But more than that, the Prophet said that Allah said, it is a Hadith al-Qudsi, that on the last day after we have been resurrected, and then the judgment is to take place, that Allah will say to our father Adam, take out or separate those for the hellfire. It's a strange statement. Strange. You need to digest it. Our father Adam will then ask, how many are they, O Allah, for the hellfire? To which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will respond. I don't think they'll publish this in the Express. Allah will respond and say, out of every 1,000, take 999 for the hellfire. The companions of the Blessed Prophet were terrified, because in those days they had the fear of Allah in the heart. Today we got it to Cambridge. They were terrified. Then he smiled. That beautiful smile which can come on the lips only when there is innocence in the heart. And he said, good news for you, meaning those who follow me, Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam, meaning those who follow the religion of my father Abraham. That religion. Good news for you. The one for heaven is the one who follows the religion of Abraham. alayhi salam. But the 999, meaning the global society, embraced by globalization. And so South Africa shouldn't be so happy about getting the World Cup, because it's part of the march of globalization. Nelson Mandela doesn't understand that, but I think Winnie Mandela would understand it. The 999 would all be the people of Gog and Magog. You might have a Hindu name, or you might have a Christian name, or you might have a Jewish name, you might even have a Muslim name. But that is only the external form. The internal substance is you've been embraced by Gog and Magog. And so when Gog and Magog are released, power will rest on foundations which are not only corrupt, but also godless. Are you beginning to understand? Are you? Yeah. Essentially godless. And so power will now be used not to punish the oppressor. No. Power will now be used to oppress. Power will now be used to corrupt. Power will now be used pitilessly to take from the poor the little that they have. And the prophets spoke of it in the Bible. The prophets spoke in the Bible of a time that will come when the little that the poor have will be taken from them. Take a look at Haiti. Take a look at the prisons of Iraq. Everyone else could write on Iraq. And they'd publish in the Guardian and the Express and the Newsday and so on. But when a Muslim wants to write on issues affecting us, they're not going to publish it until we write in conformity with their designs. And so it's time for us to come together and buy. It's time for us to come together, put our little money together, and go and buy newspaper space so that we can write, and so that the world can see what we write unedited by any newspaper. A sister came to me in my class in San Fernando last Thursday with a check for $1,000. She said, "Yeah, use it to pay for your publication."